As I'm sure you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about Barcelona and Villarreal getting approval to play a league fixture in Miami this season.
It's stupid. It's just dumb. Doesn't make sense. I understand like global outreach, getting more fans, all this jazz. La Liga already has a lot of global fans. This is all money, all a money grab for both respective
Yeah,
clubs. The NFL does something similar to this with like, when they play games in London or uh, where's the last one, Brazil or something like that, and it takes
yeah,
away
Mexico.
from Mexico. It takes away from the home fans. You know what I mean? Because that counts as a
Yeah,
season ticket game for it's a lot different because you get a limited amount of games. You only get like 8 games, home games, yada yada yada. But still, takes away from a home game. You still get the ticket, but it's kind of useless because then you got to pay to fly to a different country, which is stupid. Uh, and then the team has to fly all the way back and then act like nothing happened and be jet lagged and then
right.
go again the next week. It's just dumb. It's a money grab because I saw a little press conference. What manager? Villarreal's
Yeah,
manager was like,
Villarreal's.
it was like, oh yeah, all the fans will have paid travel expenses paid for. It's like, huh? Like, how
Well,
do you how do
that
you do
brings up
that?
such an interesting thing because you know what that means is that they're getting a lot of money from this. Like they're getting a lot of money. This isn't just paying for your fans to travel on a 2 hour bus ride up the country. Like that's understandable. That should be able to be paid for by big clubs such as even Villarreal. But to pay for your fans to go from like across an ocean to an expensive country in the USA, that must mean you're getting a lot of money from somebody in this transaction. And you mentioned the NFL too earlier, which I think is a good thing to bring up, but it is also different. And you can say the same with like MLB or NBA, like, when they play league games in other countries. Um, the USA for those sports is the main hub. And there's nowhere really else in the world. I mean, they come somewhat close, but like the quality is just so much different, right? So like it's a little bit okay to do it in other countries, but like for Barca and Villarreal, like it's great and people want to watch Barcelona, but is it really worth it to do that? Like, are you really going to be getting more fans or growing your outreach by coming to Miami and playing one league fixture in this capacity? No, no, you're not. It's not going to make that much of a difference. Barca obviously probably has the most fans out of any club in the entire world. So that's fine. Villarreal, I love Villarreal. I respect Villarreal, and they're a top La Liga team and are on the up and deserve a lot more fans and recognition. But are you really going to come to Miami and grow your brand by playing one league fixture over here? No, no, no. And for people that say, which I have seen too, what's the big deal? They do friendlies over there all the time. Yeah, or they go to other countries or
You
Asia
got
for
me triggered
friendlies.
right now, bro.
It's so much different. Friendlies, nobody cares enough about to cause a ruckus, right? So be it. They're playing to get ready. It's not an official game. That is the time when you're going to other countries and you're expanding your fan base and you're giving other places around the world opportunities to see your team. But when it comes to a league fixture, this is an important game. You only have 38 of these, and both of these games matter. I'm not saying it matters, doesn't matter for any team, but specifically for these two teams who are going to be in the title and Champions League run, contenders for both of those, these games matter. So what are you going to do if you're going to lose your home fans, whether you can pay for tickets or not? It's not going to be the same thing. Villarreal in particular, if this is a home game for Villarreal, it's not. It's not. You could argue that if it was Barca's home game, it's fine because that game is going to be 95% Barca fans, 3% football fans wearing any other kit, and then 2% true Villarreal fans, in my
Yeah.
opinion, at least from the USA. So it has to be a Barcelona home game, which is good for them, but also even more annoying for Villarreal. You don't want to play it at the Camp Nou. I understand that that's a tough place to play, but at least you're home. At least it's not too far to go to and from. You're used to that. Now it's an away game in an entirely different country with a lot more travel, which you already can't do because you have other competitions involved. It's just a lot. It seems like it's gonna be a lot.
Unfair to I'd say mostly unfair to the, like, obviously the home supporters. Just like, yeah, you get to pay for expenses, but at the same time it's like, like football's their ally. I doubt they want to take off work, or like are able to take off
Yeah.
work to fly to a different country then fly back. You know what I mean? It's just so dumb. It's easily a money grab just to
Yeah.
expand. And also, like, I can't wait to hear the pitch was horrible. Like, I can't wait to hear that excuse. Some random shit like
Yeah.
that.
All this.
It and also it's just like, you gotta have players leave or like leave Spain, I guess, early, right? Just to fly there. Therefore, then they miss training or whatever. Like it just disrupts the entire schedule for that said week, and it's only one game. It's not even like, oh,
Yeah.
here's a
Like a
series of
tournament or
games.
something.
No, yeah, it's just a singular game that it's probably going to be like feel like a friendly because the atmosphere is going to be absolutely shit. Because like let's be real, like American fans like can't bring the atmosphere to football games, unfortunately. Even if it's their best team possible, like their fans, just not possible. So it's just disappointing. Just disappointing to see.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
going to grow the game any more than it already is.
no,
So
that's exactly the thing too, right? And you know what? If you're an American fan of football watching this, I'm sure you're happy for that, especially if you're in Miami. Like that's great, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong. If Chelsea wanted to play West Ham in LA, yeah, I'd be super ecstatic. Like I would 100% be part of
I'd
the problem, and I would go.
I would go, but like I'd be like, why? You know what I mean? Like it would be
Yeah,
like, why is this
like
happening?
it's annoying, but take my money. Like 100%. But like when it comes to this whole like that whole game, it's just like you're right. It should have been a tournament if anything. And I'm not saying tournaments, European evolved tournaments should be held here, bar the Club World Cup. But like do these players really want to come? Like you really think Lamine Yamal sitting there saying, okay, maybe not Lamine Yamal, it's Miami. I take that back. You think like any random player on either team who doesn't really want to go to the USA, like you think they're alone in that? No, a good majority of these players involved are gonna want to stay at home during the season, be with their family, understandably. But of course, like I said, Barca and Villarreal are probably both being paid money. 2 points I want to bring up. Obviously, one, if this happens and if this really does happen, which is not fully approved, like UEFA and FIFA need to approve it as well. Well, if they do that and this game goes through, that is opening the doors to every top league, not MLS, to do
Oh,
that. Which, like you realistically look at it, there is no net positive for anybody involved. Like you think of even Liga MX, right? Playing a league game here. Yes, they have super good fan bases. Yes, it's great for them. But Mexico's been doing this whole thing recently, especially with the national team of playing everything in the USA. What's going to stop them from doing that? Premier League doing the same thing. You think Premier League fans are going to be happy that they're coming out to play in Las Vegas or Dallas or Houston, whatever, LA? No, it's so stupid. And for Villarreal, it's cool, like the gesture that hey, we'll pay for your travel expenses. That's cool, but like you said, call off work for that, take time away from being at home for all that. It's not worth it. If it was a final, which again shouldn't be happening, but let's say it was the Copa del Rey final, and they decided to stupidly to hold it over here, that makes a little more sense because a lot of fans would do that. At
yeah.
least still bad idea, but people would do that. But this is a random league fixture, an important league fixture, and they came out and said that fans who do not want to go, season ticket holders that do not want to go, will get a 20% refund on their thing. That's a lot of money. But you ask 100 Villarreal fans, hey, would you rather have a 20% refund or would you rather go to this game against Barcelona in a really important season for you? With they've already paid the money, that's already gone. They probably just want to go to the Barca game, but no, I mean they're gonna have to watch it from home, even though they rightfully deserve to be at that game. And like I said, it has to be a Barcelona home fixture, or else if it's a waste of a Villarreal one, because it's gonna be a home for Barca no matter what, no matter what. So Barca's gonna feel so at home, but what does it matter? What does it matter? Again, another trend of dumb European football decisions or foreign football decisions coming to the USA for this market. The market's there. Don't tap into it this way. Another negative thing too is if you want to look at it from the American perspective, and like I said, a lot of Americans might be excited about this, about the prospect of top clubs coming over here to play important games, meaning we can be at those games. Yeah, that's great and all. This is negative for MLS too, by the way. Like MLS has yet to fully tap into the American market after what 25ish years
Yeah.
plus, or 30 years, actually 30 years, about 30 years of this league, and they still have yet to really be super mainstream in American sports. Like this is negative for them too, because the biggest brands of football are going to come over here and take that market. No one's going to give a damn about going to a Houston Dynamo game if on the same weekend, um, Barcelona's playing out here, just for example, whatnot. No one's gonna care. So this is a negative thing too. And if I was Don Garber, if I was MLS, if I was the USSF, if I was the US Federation, I'd kind of be against this too. This isn't benefiting US soccer at all. It really is not. This is just benefiting the, few thousand fans that can afford a ticket to this game, which by the way, I can almost guarantee are going to be super expensive, super
Oh yeah,
duper expensive, because you're going to be watching Lamine Yamal, you're going to be watching Pedri, you're going to be watching Frankie, like all these top players, they're going to be in this game. So of course it's going to be super expensive. It's just a waste. It's just a waste of time. I would love anybody to go into our comments and tell us otherwise, like explain why you think it might not be. But every way you look at it, from my perspective at least, is it's fairly negative. Fairly negative. I don't care about watching European based teams over here if it's to the detriment of their own home fans. Yes, it's super cool for us over here, but if the core of the entire club is mad, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you shouldn't do it. This would make more sense too if it was El Clasico, right? If it was
yeah.
Barca and Real Madrid, you have good fan bases over here, really good fan bases over here. I can't confidently say Villarreal has a really good American fan base. I don't know, but like, how often are you watching? Do you see a Villarreal shirt as you're walking down the street, or you're at the mall,
No.
or even any MLS game where they choose to wear random kits?
See, if you go out right now in the United States, anywhere, you will definitely see at least one Barcelona kid somewhere out and about. Villarreal, no, you will not. That would be like a rarity where you have to like approach the person and be like, "Hey, yo, no way," you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you'd be like shocked by it. You'd be
yeah,
like, "That's a cool kid, bro," and then he'll be like give you like a tragic backstory of how he became a Villarreal fan and all that jazz. But like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's just like, bro, I hate money sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I love money, but I
Yeah.
hate what it brings, especially to the footballing world. It's so boring. So boring in the sense of like it's just like stop. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Just please stop. Like you
Yeah,
got that Premier League summer series. They made it
yeah,
sound like it was some big thing. It's just a bunch of fucking friendlies. Like at the end of the day,
yeah.
like it's like they're like the
Yeah, they're
commentators be
starting
like,
17-year-olds on the pitch, like first 11.
yeah,
Like,
I
it's
was
not that
like, we
big of a
have
deal.
4 academy players playing right now. Like, no, it's like like the commentators made it sound like it was a big deal. Obviously,
Yeah,
this is a league game, a little different, but like they're saying like, oh, it's important for their season, detrimental to have like. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's a friendly. Who
yeah,
cares? You know what I
yeah,
mean? But yeah, it's shocking. It's just shocking because it's like not fair at all. And then also like that European American hate will only grow to an extent. You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be like, oh, we despise you because like you
yeah,
took a game from us, all this jazz, yada yada yada. Some
yeah,
people will say, no, that's not true. Oh yes, it would, 100%, 100%.
yeah. 100%. Like, you're totally right in saying that, because a scapegoat is going to be Americans in some capacity. Obviously, it's stupid from La Liga, it's stupid from the clubs in my opinion. But yes, some fans are going to be out there saying, well, like, they're going to blame Americans to an extent, and I don't necessarily blame them. Like, it is annoying. It is annoying. I fully understand it, but you're right. This is just going to separate the two even more. Like, we are taking this from them, even though technically we're not. Maybe, as far as I know, we haven't made the effort to be like, hey, come to the USA. Donald Trump is not sitting in that office talking to the Villarreal president and saying, hey, we want you to play a game in Miami. But Americans, I think, are going to look worse for this because we're sapping it up, especially if that game is going to be sold out, which it is.
Oh yeah,
So definitely
resale
mad annoying.
price, lowest price, $200. Just watch.
Jesus Christ. And they're going to Miami too. Like, that's so interesting. Like, you could have went anywhere in the country and gotten a good response, but obviously Miami is the hotbed right now for the U.S. soccer, with Messi,
Lame.
DePaul, and everything and everyone involved. So it's like that even adds to it too. It's obviously a money grab. You can go to any city in the country with a big population, and you'll sell out that stadium if Barca's playing. But going to Miami again shows that it's just a money grab, and it's clear as day. It's clear as day too. It's just for the money. They don't really care about expanding their brand to Miami. Barca is the biggest brand one of the biggest brands in the world, bar just for football. Villarreal, they're not going to gain much from doing this besides whatever paycheck they're getting. It's just annoying.
That
It's annoying.
paycheck a big one though, so I don't think they care care too
Yeah,
much.
true, true. It's just a waste. And at the very least, I hope they do like some watch along event at their stadium or whatever. But it's not the same thing. It's not. It's
Yeah.
just not the same thing. No, very, very frustrating. Of course, if you have an opinion, let us know in the comments down below, like I said already, because this is a very polarizing topic amongst a lot of different people. If you're going to go to that game, let us know too. That'd be awesome. But yeah, leave a like if you guys are also disappointed in this decision by the Spanish Federation and these two clubs for going ahead with this match. We got a lot more content coming for you guys pretty soon from all over the world. So make sure to subscribe for that. My name is Elijah. I was joined by Andres per usual. Hopefully, we'll see you guys in future videos. Take care.